Today I'm making these easy 2-ingredient biscuits. They're ready in about 20 minutes and they are so easy and so good. Welcome y'all to Robin on the Farm. Today I'm making 2-ingredient biscuits. Now these are 2-ingredient sour cream biscuits. I've shared with you another recipe for 2-ingredient biscuits that are made with heavy whipping cream, but that stuff is so expensive these days. There was a time in my life where I was milking so many cows that I was just pouring out gallons and gallons and gallons of cream and milk. Well, I made those heavy whipping cream biscuits back then. These days, I'm going the cheaper way and making sour cream biscuits. These are much more economical, much cheaper to make, and they turn out great. So let's just get started. All you need to make these biscuits is some sour cream and some self-rising flour. But if you don't have any self-rising flour, you can easily make it. Technically, that'll make it a 4-ingredient recipe, but it's okay. If you have self-rising flour, you're gonna use that today, and if you don't, then I'll show you how to make some really fast. For this recipe, you want 1.5 cups of flour. So if you have self-rising flour, add 1.5 cups to your bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and sift my flour. I only sift my flour maybe 10% of the time. I hardly ever do it, but if you have a little bit of time, go ahead and sift your flour. It really does make your biscuits that much lighter, airier, and fluffier. So I'm gonna add 1.5 cups to my sifter. I'm just gonna sift this into my bowl really quick. Sifting is just gonna aerate your flour. It helps get a little bit more air in there. It makes your biscuits lighter and fluffier. But if you don't have a sifter, you can also just whisk up your flour, use a fork, just get a little bit of air in there, make it a little bit airier, and it'll make your biscuits even better. Now, since I'm making my own self-rising flour, I'm gonna add 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Make sure it's not baking soda. You want baking powder. So 2.5 teaspoons right into your bowl, but if you have self-rising flour, remember you don't need to use this. And to that, I'm gonna add 3/4 teaspoon of salt. This is my Redmond's real salt that I really, really like. So I'm gonna add 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Now these are just ingredients that are already in self-rising flour. So if you have self-rising flour, you don't need to worry about adding the baking powder or the salt. Now I'm just gonna whisk these up just for a second, get all of those ingredients incorporated. I'm using my cool little Danish dough whisk. I love using this instead of just a traditional whisk. These are way more fun to use and they work better too. Okay, now to my 1.5 cups of self-rising flour, I'm gonna add 1.5 cups of sour cream. So I'm just using this Daisy full-fat sour cream. You can also make this with reduced fat sour cream. I've never made it with fat-free sour cream though, so I'm not sure how that would turn out, but I usually get the full-fat sour cream. Sour cream biscuits are great to use when you have a little bit of sour cream left over in your fridge and you just need to use it up. Now, this is such an easy recipe. 1.5 cups of self-rising flour, 1.5 cups of sour cream. You can easily scale up or scale down this recipe. If you only have a cup of sour cream, then only use a cup of self-rising flour. If you want to make a lot more biscuits, then just scale it up. Maybe use 3 cups of each. You can make a lot of biscuits really easily that way. Okay, so 1.5 cups of sour cream. Now I'm going to take my spurtle. These spurtles, Danish dough whisk, these both work great for thick batters. So that's what I'm going to use, but you can use just a wooden spoon. You can use anything you want, a spatula. But I'm just going to give this a really good mix. And this is going to be a wet, sticky dough. And that is what you want. I wanted to be sure that you could see exactly what the dough should look like. It's very, very wet, very, very sticky, and this is exactly right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and grab some more flour, and I'm gonna put this on my dough mat here. Now I'm gonna turn my dough out onto this flour. Now I'm gonna add a little bit more flour on top of this dough. Now we're not gonna knead this dough. We're gonna just flip it over. Just gonna flip it and press it down. Flip it, press it down. Flip it, press it down. And it gets much more manageable to work with when you do this. And I probably got a little bit too much flour, but you do wanna have it well floured. Okay, just do that a few times, and now I'm gonna press it out with my hands, and I'm gonna fold my dough into the middle, and fold it into the middle again. Oh, this is such a nice soft dough. It's so nice and tender. Now I'm gonna fold it one more time into the middle, and this is gonna create air pockets so that we get better layers in our biscuits. Okay, now at this point you can press this out again with your hands if you want to. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my rolling pin, put a little bit of flour on this, and I'm gonna roll this out to about 1 inch thick. While I've been preparing my biscuits, I've had my 10-inch cast iron griddle that I always use for biscuits. I've had it preheating in the oven. I've had my oven preheating to 450 degrees, and now our griddle is nice and hot and it's ready to put the biscuits on. If you don't have one of these, you can use any kind of cast iron skillet. Biscuits really work best with cast iron, I think, but you can also use a cookie sheet, a round cake pan, anything like that. The next thing you're gonna need is something to cut your biscuits with. You can use a cup, you can use a jar. I really like this little set of dough cutters. I always use about a 2 3/4 inch in diameter cutter. So this is what I like to use. Now, when you cut your biscuits, you wanna press down and pull straight back up. You don't wanna twist your biscuits. That will prevent them from getting nice and tall. So just cut your biscuit and put it right onto your cast iron griddle or whatever you're using. And when you've cut out all that you can, then just gather up your dough again, and you're gonna press it out again and cut the last few biscuits. Then with your little bit of leftover dough, just kind of shape it into a round if you can. And that's looking pretty good. Different families have different words for this little biscuit. I asked in my last video and I got the funniest responses, and I can't remember them right now, but they were so good. So let me know if y'all have a funny word for this little leftover biscuit. Now that these 2-ingredient biscuits are all cut out and my kitchen is a huge mess, I'm gonna go ahead and throw these in the oven to bake. I'm gonna let these bake at 450 degrees for 12 to 14 minutes. While the biscuits are finishing up, I'm gonna go ahead and melt a little bit of butter to brush on the tops. Our easy 2-ingredient sour cream biscuits are done. Look how good these look. Now I just melted a little bit of butter. I'm gonna go ahead and brush them on top. Totally optional, you don't have to do that, but it does make them taste that much better. So I have my cool little cast iron melting pot. I just melted some butter on the stovetop, and I'm just gonna brush this butter on here really quickly. And it just gives them that pretty shine, that little bit buttery flavor, but you really don't have to do this. As I was cutting these biscuits out, I realized that I had rolled them out a little bit too thin, a little bit more thin than I normally do at least. These look great, but normally they are a little bit taller. But you won't get quite the same rise as you do when you cut in the butter like traditional biscuits, but these still look fantastic. And to be ready in just about 20 minutes, so easy, these are great biscuits. Okay, let's check out one of these biscuits. Oh, look at that. The bottom looks perfect. Oh, it's browned nicely, and they're really, really soft. I wish y'all could feel these. Ooh, those are hot still. I should have let them cool off a little bit more. Oh, look at that. What a fantastic little biscuit. You put some honey and some butter and some jam on this biscuit. Oh my goodness, you'll be eating so good. I love biscuits. I'm from the South, and so I made biscuits every which way, and these are incredible biscuits. This is one of my beeswax bread bags. It's infused with organic beeswax, organic jojoba oil, and this is a great way to store your breads. I let my biscuits cool off, and then I'm storing them in here. And this is just really convenient for us to grab a biscuit off the counter and eat it as a snack. These are handmade by my daughters and me, and they're nice and big. They're 11.5 by 17. You can fit a couple loaves of bread in these, and they're perfect for any of your baked goods. So I'll leave down in the description a link to these beeswax bread bags and also the printable recipe for these 2-ingredient biscuits. Thanks so much for being here with me on Robin on the Farm. I'll see you next time.
Robin's in the kitchen, dough beneath her hands, wheat from the fields and eggs from her land. Sunlight through the window, a warm golden glow. She's working hard to make that dough. With flour on her apron, loving each need, ground wheat fresh, sowing her seed. The smell of fresh bread rises in the air. Simple life without a care.